Hello, everybody. Welcome and good afternoon to Thursday. This is my favorite day of the week because I get to review two episodes from my favorite TV series of all time, The A Team. And with me today, of course, is my buddy and partner, Mr. Murdock, too. Hey, how's it going? Yay! Alrighty. And today we've got from season 4, we have episodes 3 and episode 4. And episode 3 is called Where is the Monster When You Need Him? And episode 4 is called Lease with an Option to Die. I believe that's the one that has Della Reese in it, and who plays BA's mom. And BA says, "We're going to fly." Yeah. Yeah, he willingly flies for this one. That is true. To help his mom out. Alrighty. And hey, Leah Liz, hi. Hi, Mikey and Suzanne. Hey, Leah, it's good to see you. Your first time here that you've been here in a while, right? Great to see you, my friend, our friend. How's things there in Aussie land and what's happening? It's great to see you. Well, by the way, this is the darnest I'll remember this that Suzanne blessed to me. Well, we gave him a name. His name now is Murdock 2. And he helps announce during the week sometimes, but especially on 18 Thursdays, he's always doing this. So, yeah, very cool, very cool. Well, it's good to see you, Leah. Yeah, definitely. Well, we got two people watching. Very cool. Yes, please don't forget to hit the like. Okay. Hit the like button if you like it today, the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We have 258 subscribers. We only need 42 more to get to our next level, our next goal, which is 300 wonderful subscribers who are also family members to this channel. And don't forget to share this with your friends and family. And also, please, when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the all notifications button, that little ding bell you see there. Yeah. So in future, whenever it says notify me, hit that once and it'll say notification on. It'll tell you when the next webcam and or live stream comes on board. There's Matt 2890. Hi, Matt. Hi, Mikey. Hope you and Suzanne are doing well today. Yeah, we're doing a little bit better. She's out and about, getting us some much needed snacks and some food, backup food. But yeah, we're doing fine. And Leah says, yes, my son's dad had an aneurysm in his abdomen, and I've been worried about that. I can't stay on, but I'll be back. Oh, Leah, okay, well, make sure that you let them know that our prayers and thoughts are with them, okay? Oh, well, thank you. Oh, that was so sweet of you to say. You look great, Mikey. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Leah, just tell them our prayers and love and support are on their way. Thanks. Yes. Okay, honey. I don't know how long I'll be on, but, you know, try to make it back if you can. If not, that's fine. Just watch the rewatch. You'll know what plans we got coming up soon. So, love you, sweetie. Yeah, take care. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We love you. Yeah. Yeah, contact us over the weekend, okay? We got nothing to do this weekend as far as I know. So, yeah, contact us, okay? Yes, lots of prayers. Yes. Matt's saying he's sending prayers your way. Love you all too. Mwah. Love you. Great to see you, Leah. Really is. Yeah, Leah Liz is one of our longtime best friends. Uh, we've known her since we started, since Suzanne and I became a couple. Yeah, we've known each other for 15 years now. Yeah, long time. And she says, thank you to Matt. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Really, that comes in handy. Prayers are always good. Prayers are wonderful, and they do work. Believe me, prayers do work. They do. God answers all prayers. if you if you remember from Bruce Almighty, oh yeah, he answers all prayers. Yeah, absolutely. That and the other one. So yeah, yes, that's true. That's true. Okay. Well, Murdock, too, if you're ready, let's go ahead and while you sit and watch me, thank you. Yep, you're welcome. Okay, so let's go with the monologue from the wonderful John Ashley. Rest in peace, John. Um, the star of the 50s and 60s, beach romps, with Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon. You guys all know this. Talk to you later, guys. All right, Leah, take care. We love you. Take care, okay? Yeah. It's great to see you, sweetie. Really is. And Matt, too. Matt, thank you for being here and for offering some extra prayers. That always helps. Okay. So, on behalf of John Ashley here, I always like to quote the opening monologue for every series episode that comes. Okay. So, in 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum, if I could always say it, security stockade to the LA Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. Now, if you have a problem, and if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A team. Dun, 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 dun. Thanks, Murdock. All right. So let's see. There we go. I took care of that. Let's put it in the top here. When I always say get that out of the way, yeah. There we go. A monologue. All right, so let's take a look at the first movie. We got 2 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that. All right, so the first episode is called Where is the Monster When You Need Him? This premiered on Tuesday, October 1st, 1985. It got a 6.9 out of 10 for 311 people. And I think they're right, so I gave it a C grade myself. Let's see. Hannibal is playing a new aquatic monster, the alligator mutation Gatorella. So Face, who schmoozes up to the dumb blonde starlet Jennifer Jenny O'Hanrahan, he scammed the plane. Even Murdock doubts airworthy. Just seconds before Decker's MPs try to shoot it down, but they get to a tiny Mexican village where the welcome is exactly the grim, armed opposite of Face's first visit. After the star, Charles Lake walks off, leaving Face to fill in after finding a contract loophole. It turns out even the sheriff is in the power of Major Ramon de Haro, an Argentinian junta guy, a junta killer. So, yeah. Alrighty, so let's take a look at that episode. Okay. This was directed by Michael O'Herlihy. He's a great director. I really like him. Frank Lupo and Stephen J. Cannell, of course, wrote the episode. And, of course, you have the usual suspects. You got George Papard as Hannibal, Dirk Benedict as Faceman, Dwight Schultz as Howling Murdock, and Mr. T as Bad Attitude Baracus. Okay. All right. Now, the 2 people we're going to look at is, or 3, actually, I'm sorry. We're going to look at Michael Lerner, who played Jerry. We're going to look at Dennis Cole, who played Charles Lake. And then we're going to look at Judy Landers, who's Jennifer. Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll take a look at the trivia here. Okay. All right. Hannibal mentions to Jerry about Godzilla. Michael Lerner, playing the role of Jerry, would later play the role of the mayor in the 1998 film Godzilla and in the TV show Godzilla, the series. Oh, wow, cool. Okay. And that's it. Just one trivia from there. Okay, let's look at continuity. The small packet in Hannibal's hand is much larger than the packet Murdock pulled out of his mouth. Then there's a couple of revealing mistakes. The U.S. airstrip where the team's DC-3 takes off is the same location as the Mexican airstrip where they land. Only the camera positions change from one side of the strip to the other. When they are making the squibs out of the nail polish was pouring out like water. In reality, nail polish is very thick and would not pour out that easily. The shot of the red Jeep emerging out of the bushes was used twice. right? And then there's two more character errors. Colonel Decker drives the car, while a captain and a staff sergeant ride as passengers. In reality, the staff sergeant would have been driving the vehicle and chauffeuring the officers around. The hat that Colonel Decker wears is a Marine Corps cover and would not be worn by an Army officer. Very true. Okay, there's no quotes or soundtracks. Let's see if there's a um, film and production. Okay. All right, and there's a couple locations. One is the Castaic Lake State Recreation Area in Castaic, California. I've been there before. Clinton Theater at 526 Northwestern in Los Angeles is closed now, but they had filmed at that theater. And then the costume shop in the building by now is demolished, but it was called Western Costume at 5335 Melrose Avenue in Hollywood, California. Then they also filmed in Santa Clarita, California, and of course all over LA. So very cool. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and take a look at Michael Lerner. Okay, Michael Lerner, we did lose in 2023, 2 years ago, actor. He was born June 22nd, 1941, and died April 8th, 2023. He was the age of 81. Michael Lerner was an American actor from New York City. He was the older brother of actor Ken Lerner. He was once nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role as the domineering studio head Jack Lipnick in Barton Fink in 1991. Other well-known roles include crime boss Arnold Wolfstein, 1882 to 1928, in Eight Man Out in 1988, Mayor Ebert in Godzilla in 1998. Yes, he was named after Roger Ebert, the cynical, critical, guy from Siskel and Ebert, who we lost, unfortunately. Rest in peace. And Senator Brickman in X-Men, Days of Future Past from 2014. Very cool. Yeah, so I told you he was nominated for one Oscar. He was in the movie Elf with Will Ferrell. He played the role of Fulton in 2003. In Barton Fink, where he said, he played Jack Lipnick in 1991. In 1998, Mayor Ebert in Godzilla. And then in 1989, in Harlem Nights, he played Bugsy Calhoun. Wow, cool. All right. And in 2024, he's in a backed up film. Remember, because we had the pandemic. So, Sallywood, he plays Ned Levitt. That came out in 2024. And posthumously in development right now is Fragments from Olympus, the vision of Nikola Tesla. And he plays the role of President Grover Cleveland in that movie. And that's coming up soon. So, like I said, it's in development. So that is Michael Lerner's mini bio. Yeah, he was one of my favorite actors, too. Okay. Now we'll take a look at Dennis Cole. All right, Dennis Cole, yeah, we did lose him in 2009, actor. He was born July 19th, 1940, and he died November 15th, 2009, at the age of 69. He was a virile beefcake blonde of the late 1960s and 1970s small screen. Dennis Cole certainly had it all going for him, but tragic circumstances prevented an all-out successful career. A rugged TV version of Robert Redford, his tan, chiseled, surfer-fit looks were ideally suited for crime action and adventure stories, and he gained ground by appearing everywhere. Daytime soaps, primetime series, mini movies, you name it. Yeah. Wow, very cool. Alrighty. He was in a movie back in 1987 called Pretty Smart, and he played Richard Crawley. Then he was in a TV series called Bracken's World. He was in 26 episodes of that, playing Davy Evans, and that was from 1969 to 1970. Then in 1981 to 1982, in the Young and the Restless TV soap opera series, he played Lance Prentice, and number two. And he did that for 10 episodes from 81 to 82. And then finally, he was in a movie called Dead End City. He played Chief Felker in 1988. And then his last film he did was Dancing on the Edge. It was a movie short. He played Lance, and that was from 2007. He also worked on one episode of Baywatch Nights and Silk Stockings and Pacific Blue and Murder, She Wrote. You remember some of those, right, guys? Yeah, very cool. All right, so that was Dennis Cole. Well, let's see if our friend here, Judy Landers, is live. I'm also going to go ahead and take a look at Walter Gotell. So let's do him because he looks familiar. Okay. Yeah, we did lose Walter Gotell in 1997. Yeah, he was the Russian Alexis, you know, the Russian Alexis equivalent of M, over there, Maxwell over there at MI6, for the James Bond film series. He was born on 15th of March, 1924 in Bonn, Germany. He was an actor known for Moonraker in 1979, Octopussy in 1983, and of course, View to a Kill in 1985. He was married to Celeste F. Mitchell and Yvonne Hills. He died on May 5th, 1997 in London, England. He was only 73 years old. All right. So, yes, his name was General Alexis Gogol, Gogol. Yeah, Gogol. And you know how I found out, his name, his first name? They say it in The Spy Who Loved Me when they're in Egypt. Yeah, so go figure. So he, and there he is, General Gogol in 1977 with The Spy Who Loved Me. So he did that first. Then he came back and did Moonraker. Then he came back and did Octopussy in 1983. And then he came back and did A View to a Kill for the last time in 1985. Yeah. Oh, and then he did do a brief appearance of himself in the movie which featured Timothy Dalton, The Living Daylights. He actually appeared at the very end of that. So I think that should be on there as well. Let me take a look at that. Oh, he also did Tales from the Crypt. He's Mr. Hertz in 1992. He did an episode. Very cool. Let's see. Wow. And he did 2 episodes of MacGyver TV series, General Baranov and Starkos. Cool. Yep, and there he is. General Anatol Gogol. Yeah. But Anatol is Russian. In English, it means Alexis. Go figure that one, right? Yeah. So that was the last Bond film he did. And the last movie he was in Prince Valiant in 1997, he was Eric the Old. Oh, very cool. And before that, he was in an episode of X-Files in 1995. Victor Klemper. Cool. All right, well, that was Walter Gotell. I'm glad we did him, or did his mini bio. All right, last but not least, let's go to the lady, Judy Landers, who plays Jenny. All right, and of course, yeah, Judy Landers never dies. She stays alive. She's a cute blonde. Why would you want to hurt her? Anyway, actress, writer, and director. She was born October 7th, 1958. So currently, she is 66 years old. Well, she's not looking too bad for 66, unless that's a younger photo of her. Probably more than likely. Anyway, Judy Landers' pleasing personality and physical attributes have made this former Juilliard music student one of the popular character actresses in both action series like BJ and the Bear in 1978 and Vegas with Robert Urich in 1978, as well as in a multitude of situation comedies during the 1980s. And although a student of the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, her ability to play naive, innocent, or sometimes even dim-witted characters, the blonde bombshell seems to have excelled more in comedies. and she's appeared in series shows as well. Alrighty. So, some of her more recent. In 1982 to 1985, she was in 2 episodes of Knight Rider as Mickey Bradburn and Sheila. In 1986, she was in 2 movies. She was in Armed and Dangerous. She played Marine. And in Stewardess School, she played Sugar Dubois. And then in 1989, she was in a movie called Dr. Alien, where she played Miss Zenobia. Cool. The latest thing she's done in 2019, she was in a movie called Manipulated, where she played Francine Davis. So very cool. Judy Landers. All right. All right, folks. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get back to our next episode. Let me click to that, and then we'll check the chat. All right. This one is called Lease with an Option to Die. And like I said, in the first episode, we've recovered. I gave you a C. And in this one, I did give it a C+. Says BA's mom calls him to come to Chicago to help her and her neighbors who are being victimized by a gang. Upon arriving, and of course BA willingly flies for this one, they discover some real estate magnate is desperate to drive the tenants out. Now, the director of this was David Hemmings, and along with Lupo and Cannell, Bill Nuss, N-U-S-S, was the one who wrote for this episode. And we are going to take a look at Breon James, who plays David Plout, Ray Wise, who played Philip Chadway, and we will look at the 2 ladies, Wendy Shaw, who plays Karen, and Della Reese, who played Mrs. Baracus. Cool. All right, let me take a look at the chat. Oh my Lord, people, you blew up. Wow. Cool. All right. Well, Brad Wolf 07 came in. He says, "Hi there, Mikey. I can't stay. I'm off to bed. I thought I'd pop in and say hello." Thank you, Brad. Thank you so much. And wow, we got 4 likes already. 1 person still watching us. Very cool. Thank you so much. Jeff B. Hey. Hi, Mikey, Matt, Leah, Liz, and Brad. Welcome, Jeff. And Matt says, "Hey, Jeff B." And then we have Milton Knowles, the insane witch king. Milton, it's been a long time, dude. How you doing? What is up, internet humans and non-human sensing and entities and nonsense indexes and increase that sentience wouldn't apply to? Good to see you, Milton. Jeff B says, "Hey, Milton." And what's up, Jeff B? And Jeff B says, "Enjoy the stream, Milton. What's going on with you?" Well, that is so great, guys. Thank you for acknowledging one another and seeing what's up with their channels. Oh, by the way, please, any of the people you see in the chat today, say that 10 times fast. Yeah, good luck with that, Jeff. Myself, nope. I pulled it off 1 time. That's all I need. It's like those big name things you see and stuff. Oh, hey, Jason, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, good to see you, my friend. Sci-Fi Nation with some popcorn watching. Very cool. Thank you. And we got 5 likes. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. What was I going to say again? Oh, yeah. So anybody in the chat today, please click on their because they should all have a blue wrenchy. So make sure you click on their name, go to their channel, subscribe, okay? And make sure you hit all notifications on everybody's channels here in the chat. And since you are Blue Wrenchy, and hey, Jeff B from Sci-Fi Nation, and Jeff B says, "Kapla, Jay." Good to see you, Jay. Good to see you. Hope Nikki's doing okay. Suzanne's out and about. She's kind of running around. Yeah, make sure that when you hit the subscribe, and then don't forget to hit all notifications. I did mention that. Make sure you do that. Please. And like I said, because you're a Blue Wrenchy, any of you can promote your own channel. And I would highly endorse that. So please, if you get a chance, show your channel in the chat. Make sure everybody knows where you are. That'll be helpful too. Milton says, I'm pretty good, Jeff. I'm just trying to distract myself. I heard there's going to be another patch to a video game I like. I'm a little too excited about it. I don't know if I'd be excited about a patch because I used to play video games, and whenever they added a brand new patch, Milton, or something new to it, whether it was hardware wise or software wise, it was more likely software wise, and it messed up with you. It really did, and it was difficult for any current system you had. And so, because it was a glitch, but they fixed it, then you had to promote. You had to move yourself up and take another, different controller or whatever else you had to use. Yeah, and then you had to make sure it worked on your system, right, on your TV or on a phone or anything else like that. So yeah, it's weird, dude. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so let's go ahead and like I said, this is directed by David Hemmings. And I did mention the writers, Lupo Cannell and Bill Nuss. And like I said, we'll look at 4 different actors, 2 men and 2 ladies today for this episode. All right, so let's take a look at trivia. Okay, in this episode, the A-Team visits Mrs. Baracus, that's B.A.'s mom, in Chicago. Mrs. Baracus, played by the great Della Reese, calls B.A. Scooter, a nickname which wasn't known before. Yeah, that's a trivia question. So you folks should, if you get in the future, was there a nickname that B.A. Baracus was given by his mom or by his family? It was Scooter. Yeah. When Faith meets Chadway at the alley to bring him to meet with the other members of the A-Team, the Ozzy, written in graffiti on the wall, is a similar style to what Ozzy Osbourne used on his albums during the 1980s. So it was, if you watch really closely on the city wall there in the street and you see the Ozzy thing, that is a homage to Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Okay. That's it for the trivia. Let's go ahead and take a look at the goose. All right. There is a couple factual errors. Karen says her apartment number is 305. Mrs. Baracus' apartment number is 312. Mrs. Baracus refers to Karen as her upstairs neighbor, which wouldn't be correct given their apartment numbers since they'd be located on the same floor. When Hannibal uses the drain pipe to spray water at the fire inside the building, he sprays it at a closed window so it doesn't reach the fire. All right, there's a couple of revealing mistakes. Although this is supposed to take place in Chicago, high rises from Los Angeles are visible during the fight on a roof. One can see it's a stunt double for BA as he picks up a guy and throws him onto the bonnet of a car when the A-Team are fighting the crooks outside the building for the first time after putting the fire out. Right after the electrical fire starts and the team are doing their rounds knocking on people's doors to get them out, there's a reverse printed shot of Face running down a corridor knocking on room 206's door, which is seen by the back to front numbers and reversed hairstyle. At one point during his raving, Murdock calls B.A. Elliot Scooter Baracus. That was B.A.'s first name, was previously revealed to be Bosco. Yeah, but he calls him Elliot. That's weird. Okay, and one last one here is audio-visual unsynchronized. At the beginning of the episode, when Hannibal picks up the van's phone, we hear Lou's delivery, but his lips say something different. Cool. Alrighty. So we don't have any soundtracks. Like I said, we don't do quotes anymore. So let's go ahead and take a look at the film and production. Okay. So mostly this was filmed around LA and Century City in LA. There is an area that's been demolished, and this is where they meet at the basketball game. That used to be the Los Angeles Sports Arena at 3939 South Figueroa Street, right in LA. But it's gone now. And then at 687 Shadow Place in LA, that stands in as Chicago. Mrs. Baracus' apartment complex at 700 Foster Avenue. Then there is, as Chicago, there's some exteriors. The team tails David Plout to an office. That was the ABC Entertainment Center at 2040 Avenue of the Stars, Century City, Los Angeles. All right. And yeah, as Chicago. So Avenue of the Stars. I just mentioned that. And then all over different locations of Southern California and Los Angeles County. I love how these people overstate themselves. Okay, now this also stands in as Chicago. The Harrington Plaza, which is the exterior of the offices of David Plow. That was done at Weller Court at 123 Astronaut E.S. Onizuka Street in Little Tokyo in LA and Little Tokyo. And then they were also in Koreatown in Los Angeles. Very cool. Alrighty. Okay. So before we get to the cast and crew, some more chat. All right. Right. So the patch, yeah. Okay, and Jeff B says, plop down the money if necessary for the patch and enjoy. And Jay says, yes, Mikey, I decided to start fresh, so I wiped out the old channel. Here's the new one. So, folks, please, my buddy Jay here, Sci-Fi Nation, has put up his brand new YouTube channel because he had to get rid of his previous one due to personal reasons. So please go to that channel and subscribe to my friend Sci-Fi Nation. Please do that. Milton says, I'm just hoping it's a cosmetic patch. Well, that's what I thought sometimes too, but then it kind of changed everything. Jeff B says, Jay, I subbed. Best to you for growth. And Sci-Fi says, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. That's very, very nice of you. We got 6 likes. We got 4 people watching. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's get to the mini bios here. First, we'll take a look at Ray Wise. Okay, Ray Wise is still alive. He's an actor. He does some soundtrack work. And he was born August 20th, 1947. So right now, he is the age of 77 years old. Raymond Herbert Ray Wise is an American actor. Some of his best-known roles include Leland Palmer in Twin Peaks in 1990, the one with David Lynch, henchman Leon C. Nash in RoboCop in 1987, Jack Taggart Sr. in Jeepers Creepers 2 in 2003, which was the sequel to Jeepers Creepers, and he played the devil in the CW television series Reaper in 2007. And then he was in Suburban Gothic in 2014 as Donald Wadsworth. Yeah, very cool. He also was Frank Harrington in a movie called Dead End from 2003. And he was in the Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, as well as the, which was the further episode or further adventures in Twin Peaks as Leland Palmer in 1992. He was Commissioner Gordon's voice in the that famous animated Batman movie, Batman the Killing Joke from 2016. And in Good Night and Good Luck from 2005, he played Don Hollenbeck. Okay. And, of course, since 2014 to now, he is Ian Ward in the wonderful soap opera called The Young and the Restless. He's played Ian Ward for 91 episodes from 2014 to now. And let's see. Okay. Right now, he has a movie in pre-production and one in post-production. The one in pre is Friends List. He plays Dr. James Cross. And in post-production right now is something called Good Grief. And he plays Dr. Garibaldi. Okay. Wow. That was hard. All right, so let's go ahead. Glad that Ray Wise is still around. All right, let's look at Breon James. Okay, Breon James, we did unfortunately lose him in 1999. He was an actor and a producer. He was in Precious Find in 1996. He was born February 20th, 1945, and he died August 7th, 1999. So he was only the age of 54. Yeah, kind of sad. Breon James was born in Redlands, California, to Ida Mae Buckelew and Jimmy James. The family soon moved to Beaumont, California, between LA and Palm Springs, where his parents built and operated a movie theater where stars such as Gene Autry would occasionally stop by. After graduating from Beaumont High School in 1962, Brion attended San Diego State University, majoring in theater arts. Upon graduation, he moved to New York to study acting while working a variety of jobs. Cool. Yeah. He played Leon in Blade Runner, the original, in 1982. Uh, he was General Monroe in The Fifth Element in 1997 with Bruce Willis. He was in Striking Distance in 1993, another one with Bruce. He played Detective Eddie Eiler. And in another 48 Hours, with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy, he played Ben Kehoe, and that was in 1990. Alrighty. And the last thing he worked on in 2005 was Phoenix Point. He played Spider Rico in that movie. So, rest in peace there, Breon James. You left us too soon. All right. Now let's look at the two ladies before we go. We'll look at Wendy Shaw first. Then we'll play Karen, and then we'll look at Delarice. Okay. All right, Wendy Shaw. Not only is she an actress, but she's worked in additional crew, and she's also worked in the script and continuity department. Very cool. She was born July 2nd, 1954. So currently, she is the age of 70. That's pretty cool. Wendy is an American actress best known for her work in Joe Dante films such as Inner Space, The Burbs, and Small Soldiers. Since 2005, she has primarily worked in cartoon voice acting, most notably voicing Francine Smith in the animated comedy American Dad. Shaw was born in Chicago, Illinois, the daughter of Lois Nee McCullough and actor Richard Shaw. Very cool. All right. So in the American Dad TV series as Francine Smith, she has done it from 2005 to now, 388 episodes. I had a feeling I recognized her voice all this time. Okay. And then a couple of things in the 80s. In 1987, Inner Space, she was Wendy. In Batteries Not Included, she was Pamela. Both of those in 87. And then in 1989, in The Burbs, she was Bonnie Rumsfeld. Yeah, very cool. And like I said, currently she's done Francine Smith as a voice. She did Nurse as a voice. She did Francine's sister, Lois Smith, I think what her name was, and Spitz as a voice. Yeah, she's been doing that for, like I said, 388 episodes. Very cool. So that is Wendy Shaw. All right, and last but not least, we'll look at the wonderful Motown artist and singer, songwriter, actress Delarice. Let's take a look at that. Okay. Yes, unfortunately, we did lose Delarice back in 2017, and she was not only, like I said, she worked in the music department. She was a writer as well as an actress. She began singing in her hometown of Detroit, when she was 6 years old. As a teenager, she toured with gospel great Mahalia Jackson, and at the age of 18, she formed the Meditation Singers and became the first performer to take gospel music to the casinos of Las Vegas. She did a movie in 2014 as herself called The Scroll Transformation. Let's see here. She was a vocalist with the Erskine Hawkins Orchestra and began making her own records. She was nominated for a Grammy Award as Best Female Soloist in Gospel Music in 1987. She lived in Los Angeles with her husband, producer Franklin Lett. Yeah, so she was born July 6, 1931, and she died November 19th, 2017, at the age of 86. Okay. Now, for 211 episodes, she was in that series with Roma Downey called Touched by an Angel, and she played Tess in that. In 2000, she was the voice of Irna in Dinosaur, in that animated movie Dinosaur. In 1989, she was in Harlem Nights as Vera. And then in 1996, she was in the movie A Thin Line Between Love and Hate as Ma Wright. Cool. The last thing she worked on was 2 episodes of a TV series called Signed, Sealed, Delivered. And in 2014, she was Cora Brandt in that. Cool. Alrighty. So that was the career of Della Reese. Rest in peace, Della. Okay. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and let you know the 2 episodes that we'll be covering for next week, which are episodes 5 and 6 of season 4. In episode 5, it's called The Road to Hope. There's a trap by Decker with face and everything. Yeah. Alrighty. And then episode 6 is called The Heart of Rock and Roll. And that one features the one and only Rick James. Very cool. Alrighty. So those are the 2 episodes for next week. Alrighty. And Mark Monikov. Hello, Mark. Mark is here. He's just passing through to smash the like button. Have a great stream. Thank you, Mark. And Jeff B says, hi, Mark. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got 8 likes. This is great. We got 3 people watching. Very cool. Well, thank you so much, all of you. Please, that means the world to me. Okay, so what we got coming up for the rest of this week, and we'll just tell you from now on just week stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you future stuff yet because a lot of it is still in the planning stage. And I think it was a certain Teague who reminded me, yeah, you don't need to talk about the film. I'll just talk about it next week. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so tonight there is Gorilla's Ham Hand Thoughts watch party he's doing for Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Can't wait for that. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Watched all 3 seasons. But they never had a great, cliffhanger. Not a very good ending, but it does lead right into Terminator Salvation movie, which featured Christian Bale as the titular John Connor. So, yeah. So that should be good. And then Friday, of course, the Fledgling. I'll be working with Gorilla and Resolute Germ and PvP, our brothers there, for the Waltons episode, the Fledgling. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch Judy Norton tomorrow sometime and try to get an idea what that means, the Fledgling. But I don't know. There's no plans for Saturday, this coming Saturday. I got some important stuff to do. We might even go out to a movie. I don't know yet, but we'll see what happens. But just know I don't have any streams or anything planned for this Saturday. But on Sunday, I will be there for Gorilla when he does his second mystery movie. He did Lady Terminator last week. I knew what it was. I knew what it was. You sure did. Yeah. Ow. Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to squeeze your neck there, Murdock. Anyway, so again, I want to thank everybody for being here, for sending your prayers for Suzanne for her knees and her shoulder, for all of our friends who are suffering right now. Make sure you say all the prayers possible for them. Also, don't forget, I appreciate when you always hit the like. It always means a lot to us. Even if we get one, it means a lot that you people in our family, our community, subscribers, everybody we know, wonderful people that you are. You give us all the love and support. So we do appreciate that. We really do. Okay. As I like to say, firstly, I'll go first with this. So Gene Siskel, the wonderful man from the Chicago Tribune, of course, he passed away along with Roger Ebert later on. So rest in peace, both gentlemen. But as Gene Siskel, my favorite nerd, who I thought I really enjoyed on television, he always said, and now the aisle is closed. So we appreciate that. Excuse me. Also, I always like to say, always expect the unexpected. That's our meme for this year. Next year, it'll be different. Trust me, it will be. um, because I'll be celebrating next year my 60th birthday. Or well, I'll be celebrating for a whole year, so you guys will know. And then also, my wife who says, leave everything in God's hands. That's a perfect piece of advice as a minister that she is for Universal Life Church. And of course, my wonderful friend Larry of Be Yourself Adventures, who says, always be yourself. It always helps. And hello, Daniel's Hot Topics. Hi, hello. How's it going? We're doing good, Daniel. We're just about to finish. Um, but Daniel, if you get a chance, make sure you're subscribed to Mark Monikoff, Jeff B, Sci-Fi Nation, of course, my friend Leah Liz, yeah, and Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King. And Jeff B says, be safe and well, all. Gotta go. All right, Jeff B, take care of yourself, from my friend and brother. Thank you. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and say a quick prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, please watch over all of our friends that I mentioned today. Our friend Jay and his partner Nikki, our friend Jay in Louisiana and his partner Renee, my beautiful wife, of course, Suzanne, going through her troubles. Also, please watch over my friend Larry, everything that he's gone through in this past year, along with his beautiful wife Diane, and of course his son Tyler and their families, and his sister as well. So we want to say special thanks to everyone that's been so supportive of our channel since the beginning. And we want to say special prayers out to all of your families. May they all have good times from here on out. No tragedies, no problems. So we ask for that. So on behalf of your blessed Son, Jesus Christ, his blessed mother, the most blessed Virgin Mary, on behalf of the Holy Spirit, who guides and watches over all of us from right and wrong, and of course, on behalf of my patron saints, my wife's sister Suzanne, and of course, my patron saint, I was named after Saint Michael the Archangel, defender of heaven, who sent the evil one and all his minions, fallen angels, to hell. With all this, we ask in your name, Lord, for everything we get, we ask, and everything we give freely and wonderfully to people that we may not even know, and we want to take care of them as well. Amen and amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And Daniel says they just released the Alien Earth trailer. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, Daniel. Thank you. Yeah, I will. Yeah, no, I heard about that trailer. Yeah, I'll check it out. Definitely. Thank you for telling me that. Alien Earth. Okay, we'll check that out. Alrighty. So, before I go, let's thank Daniel's Hot Topics for popping in. Thank you, Daniel, and for that information. Jeff B., Mark Malnikov, Sci-Fi Nation, my buddy Jay, there in the Michigania, Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King, and there's Jeff B., Milton, Jeff B., Milton, Matt 2890. Thank you, Matt 2890, for being here. Thank you, Brad Wolf 07, for popping in. The only one who believed me. So thank you, Brad. Thank you so much. Leah Liz, our good friend from Australia. Thank you, Leah, for being here. We love you. Make sure you're okay. Make sure everything's going good for you. And she was the first in the box. All right, very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so last but not least, we've got 9 people watching, 9 people that hit the like. I'll make number 10. So as the ancient one likes to say, hashtag 10 like hype. Yep, there we go. So with that, remember, as I always say, God bless America, God bless Canada, God bless England, God bless the entire rest of the world we live in. Remember, we only have one, so make sure you take good care of it out there. And of course, peace from MikeySuzeFour. So, on behalf of my beautiful wife, Suzanne, who's out and about doing some shopping, my beautiful cats, Moon Pie, who's over there, Deja Vu, who's down here, I love you. And of course, Murdock too! Yay! So, on behalf of all of us, thank you so much again for being here. Remember, next week we start Monday again, bright and early at 12 noon afternoon there with Red Dwarf. 2 more episodes of that. And we're almost done there. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to announce any more future plans for right now. There's no polls, so you don't have to worry about voting on anything right now. But as we get closer to the time, I will start to mention other things we'll be doing. So, yeah, keep an eye out. Remember, because in really special talks that I give, those are what we call JAS, or just another stream, special editions. In the regular JAS ones, which are not special edition, those from now on, those will probably be movie reviews. So when Suzanne and I go to a movie and we want to do a regular JAS, that will be when we do movie reviews. So that's for that. But for JAS special edition, those things will be very special. It will be asking maybe for some help. Not in our case. We're okay. Thank you for all the prayers that everybody's been sending to us, and the best regards and everything. But our other friends, something goes wrong, something happens. I'm going to be doing a special edition saying, hey, we need help. They need help. They need help out there. Send them anything you can. Love, prayers, support, money, financial, anything. If they need it, I'm going to ask for it. I will. I'll ask for their on their behalf. So make sure you're aware of that when we do JS and special edition after that. All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you next time, Monday, bright and early for Red Dwarf. Oh, and by the way, Jay, if you're still here, aisle 4 needs your assistance. Can you tell them how you're doing, and then get them to kick their butts so they can go back to work? Yeah, aisle 4. Yeah, okay. All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.